Served on the jury for the first time, loved it. To me, getting the summons in the mail meant it was time for me to use my fair sense of judgment and my clean criminal record to help out the justice system. But for most people, that summons means it's time to come up with my best unfit to serve story and hope it gets me out of it.
Yes, these are the bicycle rants.
There's many approaches that people use to rid themselves of jury duty. There's the overtly racist approach, the religiously conflicted angle, and the morally unfit presentation. The most time-consuming part of this is the jury selection process. This takes so long because everybody has to have a chance to put in their little "I'm not fit to serve" performance for the judge and counsel. You have to convince the judge that it's not a good idea to have me on the jury. I look okay, but wait till you hear how I think. It's like watching people forced to do a bad audition to make sure they don't get a part. The judge briefly explains what the case is about. Then he asks everybody in the room, is there anything about this case that you think would keep you from being fair and impartial? Nobody raises their hand because everybody's thinking about their story in their head. The judge then starts by eliminating the people who put in the effort to dress for rejection. The court would like to thank and excuse juror number 23, dressed as a Hare Krishna. I'm sure you have a problem with this case. We thank and excuse juror number 61, bearing the giant crucifix. We get it. You may report back to the jury holding area. That phrase, we thank and excuse, this puts a smile on more people's faces than we're going to Disneyland. That person bolts out the room like a hostage who just negotiated their freedom. And people will say and do anything if they think it'll get them out of jury duty. The judge asks a woman what she does for a living. She says, I used to be a high school teacher until I started to sleep with my students. The judge says, well, do you think you did anything improper? She said, not in my mind, Your Honor. Well, see, now the judge has to release her because that's the same mind she'll be using to deliberate with. One man stood up and said he was unfit to serve because he has a problem with people of color. The judge said that shouldn't be a problem in this case. The defendant's white. The man said, I'm not talking about the defendant. I'm talking about some of these niggas in this room. Bingo! We thank and excuse juror number 33. The whole thing is a sham. The entire time, everybody's just lying to see if they can get out of the sermon. And they only do this because the penalties for lying to get out of jury duty are not very severe. I bet if there was a chance that there would be some jail time if we discovered you were lying, well, people will come up with more truthful stories. It'd be more like, we thank and excuse juror number 47. The court has decided that after hearing that far-fetched cockamamie story, we have no choice but to order you to take your new seat next to the defendant. Welcome to your day in court.
These are the bicycle rants.